Welcome to my computer. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you how I do my process from um, taking the images from my SD card, putting those images on my hard drive, then adding them to Lightroom, editing them, exporting the catalog, and then saving the Lightroom catalog to my hard drive so that the Lightroom catalog is new and fresh every time and that it runs very fast every time. Okay, so first things first is here is my SD card. I'm going to open it up. Okay, so here's the card with all of my raw files on it. So this is like a dozen images that Thomas took of me, right? And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to my backup hard drive, and I'm going to make a folder, new folder. We're going to call it Brittany. All right. Oh, Brittany's already taken. Huh. Let's try Brittany Bruce. Okay, so I'm going to open this folder. This is on my hard drive. I'm going to take my SD card, the raw files, and drag them onto my hard drive to save them forever. So here they go. Now I'm done with the SD card. The raw files are on my hard drive. So I'm going to save it as Brittany Raw. So if I open it up, here they are. Okay, so let's do it again. Go into the hard drive, make sure they're there. Here's the folder, Brittany Bruce. Here's the file of the raw files. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm ready to edit. Now that my raw images are backed up onto my hard drive, which is this, I'm going to click Lightroom. There it goes. This is the Lightroom Classic. Okay, so here's another file. So I don't want to, this is just a Lightroom catalog that I used yesterday. I don't want to use the same Lightroom catalog because it's a new shoot and I like to keep them all separate. So I'm going to go to File, New Catalog. I'm going to name this catalog Brittany Bruce Lightroom. I'm going to save this on my desktop. Create. And then here is a brand new, fresh Lightroom catalog with nothing in it. Nothing is in this. See, 0 photographs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit import. And I'm going to go over to my backup, go into the file, and then I'm going to drag and drop the raw images here. Boom, there they go. Okay, there's 12 photos. Hit add, and then I'm going to apply my preset here. It's already done for me. And then I'm going to hit import. Now, when the images go to import, the preset is going to already do its magic on each and every image. This is so embarrassing. There's me trying to look cute. It's very hard. So, as they're being imported, I'll click one just to see what it looks like. And there's my preset. Okay. So I'm going to click here. That's going to go back to the grid. And what you need to do, okay, there they go. What you need to do, let's pretend that you just edited this full session. Okay, let's pretend I'm going to keep all the pictures once they're edited. Here it goes. Okay. I'm going to keep all these images. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click File. Just kidding. I'm going to click Edit, select all. Okay, so they're all now highlighted and selected. They're edited, they're beautiful, I love them. I'm ready to export them. So I clicked edit, select all, and then I'm gonna click export. Okay, and then it brings me to this. All right, so what I'm wanting to do is export it to my desktop. I'm gonna put it in a folder called Brittany Bruce JPEGs, because once it's exported, it becomes a JPEG. I'm going to put a custom name on these. We'll just keep it all the same, Brittany Bruce. And then they're going to be a JPEG. The color space is going to be RGB. I always leave my quality to 100. And then I don't resize to fit. I don't do this. And then but I do is I put the resolution at 300. I don't do any extra output sharpening, and I don't do really any of this either. And as you know, I don't watermark my images. And then after the post-processing, I do nothing. So I keep it simple, and I just leave it like this, 300 resolution. So then I click export, and that's it. And it does take a second for them to export because it's basically crunching a huge raw file into a tiny JPEG. So that does take a couple minutes. But as far as like moving from picture to picture to picture, it shouldn't take that long to edit. Y'all, this is so embarrassing. Look how dumb I look. Oh no. And if you hear your computer like the engine's revving up, that means that it's doing its cooking. So here it is, and then it's gonna export your 12 files. So for like a wedding day, if I have like, let's say 1,200 files, I click export, and then I like leave it on the counter, and then I go like cook dinner, because it does take a while for your computer to cook all these no, this is bad. To cook all of these raw images into a JPEG. So I'm going to make this small so you can see where it is. Okay, so Brittany Bruce Lightroom. This is where my Lightroom catalog is living right now. And then this says Brittany Bruce JPEG. This is where all the JPEG images, so these 12 images, this is where they're going to live. And then once all these 12 images are exported, then I'm going to take this file and put it in my hard drive, and then this file and put it in my hard drive. And then I'm done completely with this Lightroom catalog. I'm not going to use it again. It's just saved onto my hard drive, and just in case I'm like, hey, I want to post another dumb picture of myself in my cruise pants, then I'll go back to my hard drive. I'll go back to this folder, and then in this folder I'll have my raw images here. And then once this is done, my JPEG images go here, and then my Lightroom catalog file goes here. So I always store my raw images, my JPEG images, like once they're edited, and my Lightroom catalog here. And then for the next shoot that I do, I will create a brand spanking new catalog so that it runs fast. I don't, mix up images. I don't mix up shoots, and it just organizes my life a lot easier. So, almost done exporting, almost done cooking. And then I'll finish up the workflow. But yeah, that's it. If you go back let's see. So this is how I store like weddings. I use like the bride and groom's name. This is like our workshops. I had a few mini sessions here. And here is like, let's see, this is like my Lightroom catalog that I used, that you saw at the beginning of the video. Okay, it's done cooking. So I'm just going to X out of here. And I'm going to open up this folder so you can see. Here's all of my pictures. So those are the JPEG images, all nice, pretty, and edited. And then I'm going to go to my backup, my hard drive. When I say backup, this is just like my backup hard drive. I didn't use my actual hard drive. This is just the backup hard drive that I use. Okay, so I'm going to go to the folder that I was using. And inside this folder, I have the raw images here. And then I'm going to drag and drop the JPEG images onto my hard drive. Boom. There they are. And then I'm going to drag and drop. Here is the Lightroom folder. Boom. There it is. So you would, if you ever wanted to open up that Lightroom catalog again, here it is. So I drag it and drop it into the Brittany Bruce folder. There it goes. So that way, well, let's just pretend. And look, here's another thing that I do. Once it's on my hard drive, I get these bad boys off of my desktop because I don't want my laptop, and then like I empty the trash. Like goodbye forever. So if I want to open up that Lightroom catalog again, guess what? I go here in my hard drive. Here it is. And that's it. And my Lightroom catalog is here. And I can go and click an image, and I can still edit it. I can still use it. And yeah, it's just brighten it up. And there you go. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about my workflow, just ask it in the group. And just also know that this is not the only way to do this. This is just my way, my simple way that makes sense to me. And yeah, there are a million other ways. So just do whatever works for you. Find a system, find a workflow that you can do something quickly, easily, and that way you can store your images, edit your images, and back them up in a nice and simple way. So if you have any questions, just comment on the group, and I'll talk to you soon.